From food to working it all off. And shares of Peloton, ticker symbol PTON, in focus this morning after the company says more layoffs are on the way in what will be their fourth round of job cuts this year. The fitness company plans to let go roughly 12% of its remaining workforce, or about 500 employees, in an effort to reverse mounting losses. And I'm looking at the interview that Peloton CEO Barry McCarthy gave to the Wall Street Journal. Now, Barry is a very blunt guy. This is not someone who's going to sugarcoat anything. He's going to give it to you straight, even if it could seem absolutely alarming. You know, he tells the Journal this right off the top of the story. He says he might be unprofitable for the next 6 months, and if they can't turn themselves around via these job cuts, and if that fails, he just flat out says Peloton likely isn't viable as a standalone company. I can't think of another time when a CEO of a public company told a publication this. I was just blown away. And then, you know, as luck would have it, you have a picture of Barry sitting on a couch smiling. So it's tough. You know, it's a tough day for Peloton.
I mean, he did say also, apparently, that this is sort of the latest round of layoffs means the bulk of our restructuring work is coming to an end. Now, for now, is sort of implicit there, you know, because of what he said. If it doesn't work, they're going to keep on doing what they need to do. So, you know, maybe this is the end of the beginning of the turnaround of Peloton is what they're hoping for.
But then you'd have, and kind of presenting both sides of this on the street from an analyst perspective, you've got some of the biggest bears in Peloton that would say, who would want to buy them? This was the subject of our bull bear debate last week. David Traynor, CEO of New Construct, said, who would buy them? I mean, do you think anyone who's using Peloton doesn't already have an Amazon subscription or buys Nike stuff? I really don't know where the value add is. There are so many partnerships that Peloton has looked to try and drum up not just wholesale partners, but also where they're going to take on new subscriber growth. However, that new subscriber growth is going to need to come with spending. Why? Because you need to continue to put more content on the platform. Content, as we know from many of the streaming companies out there, costs a ton of money. And then just briefly on the bearish side, during the high growth phase or the bull side, even during the high growth phase, Peloton saw gross margins top 40%. And that was for 8 consecutive quarters after going public. But some of the bulls aren't expecting that to reach that type of margin growth, or at least half that at 20% until the midpoint of 2024. Fiscal year. Well,
I encourage David Traynor to pop a squat on a Peloton bike to see some of that value. I love that segment. I in no way agree with anything that he said. That is a recurring revenue stream at Peloton. Yes, we're going back to gyms, but there's a lot of value in that content, and there's a whole ecosystem of people that really like Peloton for whatever reason. Now, do they need more people on this platform? Sure, but I do not agree in any way with David Traynor. In fact, he should come back on and debate me.
All right, done deal.